There we go. My family, gather on in. It's time. There's Carol. I was just on the phone with Carol. I love you guys. How's everybody doing? Galactic update? A little bit. That was weird. I said galactic update and the music stopped. Oof. Willow says, oh my God, I don't know what one Labradorite is, but my fave, the Green Aventurine. We're going like full-blown precious today. I just want to say that. Yeah, there's a fun Christmas theme. You're supposed to say holiday, Alexander. You're supposed to say holiday. You can't say Christmas. I'd like to talk about that for a second. I'd like to get real for a second before I get extra sweet and we do this channeling that Spirit wants me to do. Is that okay, Spirit? Are we good? Yeah, they like keep it like that. This whole Merry Christmas thing. I obviously know that there are, millions of people that don't celebrate Christmas. But this whole political correct thing, it's more than just this Merry Christmas thing. That was one of the first ways that this, to me, what seems like a virus, it seems like a disease to me. Not being able to say Merry Christmas. It's like, okay, it was like, how much percent of the planet is, this religion? How much percent of the planet is celebrating Kwanzaa? How much percent of the planet is celebrating these things? And then when we get to those numbers, here's my question. How much percent out of that very small percentage of people are going to get offended when they hear the word Christmas? Because this is what's going on all over the world right now with all these labels and pronouns and names and everything that, what somebody will allow you to call them. And I believe we should be speaking our truth. So I want to firmly wish you a Merry Christmas and happy holidays for all the holidays that you're celebrating. Merry, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, all the things. But I believe that people should be saying what they want to say, what makes them feel good. And sometimes I hear people say happy holidays and it feels like I can feel their energy. Like their energy is very, they're not speaking their truth. They're not speaking their truth. So where else is this going on in the world? Where else is this going on in the reality? And here's my thing. Yes, I want everybody to feel loved and respected, of course. But if somebody's being offended by a word like Christmas, or, I know that this whole like pronoun thing and all this other stuff is really loaded right now. But isn't this an opportunity for becoming more zen, becoming more patient? To consider yourself woke, like let's become truly woke and be able to be the buoy that stays solid out at sea when the tide rises and the tide falls. Part of controlling my emotion and then asking the questions of why is this triggering me has gotten me to my most powerful healings, my most powerful empowerments, plain and simple. So when I get to this whole, like, everybody saying happy holidays thing, do what you want, but like, who started that? That's all. I just like, I want people to tune in, if you want to, on like, what is this politically correct thing? And it's like, are all of us saying happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas that want to say Merry Christmas for 1% of 1% of the population that could find healing by being triggered? Like, facts. I'm sorry. Like, it's just us not speaking our truth. My truth does not mean it's your truth. You might be disagreeing with me right now, but my truth is my truth. And truth, when it's backed by a feeling, is universal law. That is my universal law, and the reality that I'm in, and the reality that I'm creating next, the reality that I've decided to go to. So my speech and my truth and my ability to navigate like white lies, black lies, whatever, navigate all these things over the course of the past 2 years has been such a source of empowerment. And my seeing what triggers me, what bothers me, like, this most recent thing, just to quickly touch base on this whole blame thing, because I feel like this is going to come up later with one of these delicious skulls. When I identified that I didn't like being blamed, I was fortunate enough to be able to identify with my awareness that, wait a minute, I don't like being blamed because I'm blaming. And when I decided to stop blaming, reality just went like, or myself, I just went like, try all this, like throw all these poop covered bricks on top and see how you navigate these bricks, these blockages, these obstacles. And by navigating those bricks, the reality has rewarded me. And I wasn't doing this stuff for reward, but I saw how the reality rewarded me by doing the right thing. And I also was able to find the blame was bothering me when I was being blamed because I was blaming. But why was I blaming? To be able to get to that question of empowerment. Why am I blaming? I was able to find unworthinesses that don't belong in a way show, or unworthinesses that do not belong in any of us, in my opinion. So I believe if somebody's being triggered by words, like that's like the first thing like a child of the 80s and the 90s was taught, was this whole like silly like sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And it's like I've empowered my field to the point where axes bounce off my leg. Kids, don't try hitting your leg with an axe at home to see if it bounces off. But I have seen miracles where it's like, wait a minute, sticks and stones seem to be bouncing off of me, but it's the words that have been hurting me. But by asking why these words hurt, seeing where they hit close to home, seeing where they are reflecting something back at me, as everything being my reflection, if looking at the world with this Kabbalion state of being, this hermetic sciences, the mental alchemy that has helped me to foster growth within and empowerment without and within. I just wanted to share with you, anybody that's going to get triggered over something as silly as hearing Merry Christmas, when that's what makes us smile to say it, that person's got, something's going on. That person's depressed. That person was hurt. And by speaking a certain way, to me, that's like always enabling the drug addict, like always reminding them that safety or that drug is there, but just, having, I don't even know how to best say it. I know that you guys are like, some of you are really feeling what I'm saying right now. I see it as enabling by not saying certain words, and we're enabling people to attack. We're enabling people to be angry when we have to take our speech for what it is. And it's at least in this country, we're supposed to have free speech. And I hear a lot of people speaking in certain ways that they're trying to put certain things through that make it seem like we don't have free speech, and somebody could get in trouble for saying the wrong thing and lose their job or whatever this is. And that's a reality that I choose to ascend above, and I'll take all these people with me. But that literature and that thought structure and those faculties, I would set into a state of transmutation, because I do not believe that they are fostering humanity's growth for the better and humanity's evolution. So, yeah, that's that. Going to now write down the time around, we'll just say, 9:44. Let me take a picture of this. I actually just realized I have some notes on this board that I want to, I still have to go over some of this stuff. So Very excited about this channeling today. As of last night, there was a completely different belief structure on what Spirit wanted me to do here. It's not even letting me take a picture of it. It's all good. I have all this, right? Let me try one more time. I guess not. Yeah, whatever. You know what? I have paper right here. I'll use this. We'll use this. All right. So we'll do pick a skull. I'm going to update the time. We'll do 10:44. Alrighty. What do you guys think? Do you want to pick the skull and then find out what the skull means, or do you want to know what each skull is representing? What are we thinking? We'll take a little poll. The Amazons are coming. Any word? Oh, we're already picking numbers. We're just gonna do it. I'm gonna trust your intuition that you're gonna pick the right one. Bam. Okay. So this might be the camera might be flipping it. This beautiful little candy cane right here is number 1. This is Candy Cane Jasper. This is red and white Jasper. Number 2 right here, this beautiful clear rainbow one is Angel Aura Clear Quartz. We got Flame Aura Labradorite for number 3. And a first timer here. This is one from my Alexander's personal stock. This is a Green Aventurine. That is Green Aventurine. So let's do this. Let's get right on into it. So what are we channeling here today? It's honestly, like I said, it's gonna be a sweet one. Yesterday I was like, like this Starseed lineage, this energy. I saw a lot of things coming in, but 1, 2, and 3 is gonna be messages from this. So this one's gonna be past. So we're doing a Christmas theme here. So we're gonna do this whole like Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. And then number 4, last but not least, this is going to be basically a conglomerate of all the galactic energies of family, of home, of the holiday, of all the holidays. This is going to be a message from basically space. So we're going to have past, present, future, and then the this all. So let me bust out my cards. Let's pull up the second camera. Thank you all for being here. One of my biggest sales of the year is going on right now. There's still time to get 5 packs. It's a 5-pack of bracelets. It's the Crystal Current Classics. It's the stretchy ones. But 5 bracelets for $250. If you want to get family, friends, an actual present, like a good present that they want for only $50, get yourself one. That's the way to do it. Dad doesn't want socks or a wallet. Let's be honest. So, all right. So, number 1, the past. What is your message from the past? 1405. Let's get on into it, my family. I'm excited about this. It feels sweet. Like I was like, Spirit had like basically gave me the upload, the download, and I was just like, I could feel like old Alexander. Like I could feel like 23-year-old punk Alexander being like, I want to beat up my future self. But I was like, no, this is going to be precious. We're going full-blown precious today. So yeah, a little bit of heat in the beginning. I hope that the rest of this is as sweet as I was feeling it was going to be. And I hope that everybody is having a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas and all the things. Let's get right on into this. Alrighty. The highest order of benevolence, Alexander, is willing and ready and able to be your microphone and your speaker to all. Here we go. Okie dokie. Yeah. I can show you, Katie. This is number 1. Number 2, angel aura. Okay. Past, present for the angel aura. Future, angel aura labradorite. Green Aventurine is number 4. Trust, sister. Oh, hey, get over here. Well, you know, if I was going to give a message without dropping a single card, this would have been the message. So when we're doing a past, present, and future reading, and we're asking only about the past, we're going to have obviously like the past over here, what the message is in this present moment here. And then we're going to have what you're wanting to be known about the future, what's going on right now. Okay. So this whole reading, because the cloud covers right here, is the strength. We see the strength. We see the feminine working with the masculine, and this energy right here of spirit, these benevolent forces of, past holidays, past Christmases, these angelics that I'm allowing to speak through me in the highest order of benevolence only, being their microphone and their speaker box, wanting you to know the way that something turned out. There was this crying over spilled milk with whoever this is. This is the bad man. This is this person. And through conversations and through healings and through the work that I've been doing, I've gotten to this new place of healing that is coming up right here in the cards. And what this is saying is there's somebody that did something to us that hurt us in the past about the holidays. Something happened. Somebody left. Something took place. But this made us stronger. And not only did this make us stronger, this made us more loving. This actually made us more vulnerable, which vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. that's something that's been twisted and bastardized, if you ask me, about speaking our truth, being loving, showing our love, saying I love you. Certain things that have there's a little bit of smudge on the lens that, especially within the masculine forces on this planet, there's a little bit of a smudge on that lens, as I was saying. Take it with a grain of salt, if you may. But whoever this bad person is, there's this way of looking at this that I looked at my traumas and the people that sparked trauma in me and sparked my awakening, all these things, where there is a way that we can absolutely positively be grateful for these people that caused whatever this issue is for us, where there was a sad holiday, an angry holiday, there was no holiday, there was something that took place that there is maybe blame, there is maybe a worthiness code, there is something that took place where, yes, there was somebody that was there. I'm not saying that this person wasn't naughty, but this person that was hurting, let's be honest, because hurt people, at least in the old reality. I would like to maybe not subscribe to that in the future reality, but the way that things have been and the way that things were, this is something that took place. And if we look at whoever this person was that did the hurting for everybody that chose skull number 1, this person was clearly hurting. They had a rough childhood. Something happened where they were taking out their trauma on their loved ones that they do love. So this person was able to make the choice of intuition, the choice of looking inward, the moon right here, the choice of manifestation, of us becoming strong, becoming stronger, balancing our masculine and feminine energy. So like I said, there is this way that we can absolutely positively be grateful for them for being a catalyst for growth. But they're more than that. Let's be honest. Whoever these people are that I was looking at as, oh, I gotta be grateful for them because they were the catalyst for my growth. Like, to me, this is almost like rude to consider a past lover just a catalyst for growth, or this family member just a catalyst for growth. Like, there were good times, and there are some things that are those people's skill sets that maybe nobody can do this thing better than them. And it might be difficult to perceive that in this present moment, but Spirit is wanting you to look at this multidimensionally. That's the message from other dimensional versions. They're wanting you to look at this multidimensionally, and it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad, and if it was all bad and you picked skull number 1, I love you so much, but you must be a very stubborn person that needed it to be all bad. To get here for this video and this alignment worth work and getting in touch with empowerment and betterment, like where you are, that's what the point of this channel is me assisting you and me speaking in a way that can help you by being a hot knife through butter, and the butter like being something that looks so difficult to navigate, but that is how I show up. And if you're here showing up and you're telling me no, and you want to protect whatever that trauma is and say, no, this person was all bad, I can't remember anything good, you might be a very, very stubborn individual who needed it to be that bad, who needed it to be that tough. And look at how strong you are now. Look at how strong you are now, multidimensionally. That's what Spirit's letting you know. What I've been looking at is, how would old Alexander have reacted? How would old Alexander react in the same situation? And I'm getting to these answers of like, oh my God. Like, if I could even navigate these things at all without acting a fool, without failing some sort of test, some of these things would have taken 2 years, 2 months that I'm navigating in 2 days or 2 hours or 2 minutes. So Spirit wants you to know how much you've taken the high ground by co-creating with your spiritual family, with your other archetypes, with the archetypes that seem to be missing, the archetypes that you remember, the zodiac signs and the archetypal functionalities and the other little g gods and goddesses that we all are working here together. When we're all working here together in this way, we've been empowered. We've been strengthened. So that's what you're wanting to be reminded about in the future. So why are they telling you this now in the present? Because there's a choice to be made. There's something that can be done this holiday season that will relife you, relief you, to relieve. What does this mean? To relieve the tree. This is saying that we're during winter time. The tree is in more of a state of death. To relief the tree is to put leaves on it again. This is talking about spring moving into summer and to spark new life somewhere. So with this new life that is wanting to be sparked, maybe there's somebody you have to forgive. Maybe you have to verbally tell them you forgive them. Maybe there's a letter to be written. I can only imagine how many people have already clicked out at this point, not wanting to hear that, wanting to be so stubborn. I hope you come back later and listen to the rest of your message if that's what took place, and just know that I love you so much, and Spirit loves you so much, and the original creator of your soul loves you so much, and I know whether you know it or not, you love you so much. And I know that sometimes we can say these things are very, very difficult to do, but leave room for the miracle and the purity that the second that you decide that you want to do this, the other person could reach out to you and say sorry first. Sometimes we are the obstacle. We are the blockage that is blocking something from taking place that at the end of the day, this could be a baggage. This could be a resentment or a regret to carry this beyond this person's life. If this person is planning on leaving this plane before you, and you don't get to say you're sorry, or you don't get to tell them how you feel, or they don't get to say they're sorry, what is your role in that? Because Spirit is communicating with Alexander that you have more of a role in it than you may know. And sometimes by just being open for purity, by being open for healing, that'll allow the person to feel that, yeah, maybe you closed this door, but you just opened a window, a crack. And that'll give them the ability to say before they're leaving this plane of existence, I'm sorry, I messed up. Can you forgive me? And maybe that'll foster some sort of conversation of growth and healing and transmutation and empowerment that is more powerful than just doing nothing. Spirit wants you to do something. What you decide in this future moment, what you decide is up to you. Sometimes what is wanting to be decided by your highest form of self, by your angelics, by your guides, seems to be more difficult than doing nothing. More often than not, doing something is more difficult than doing nothing. But for us to show up and be the best version of us that we can be in this present moment, to be the highest form of purity, to have the facilities and the abilities and the control over this reality to heal your entire family line, to heal your bloodline, to transmutate anything that is going on or out of alignment within the spirit. What if this is the last thing that needed to be done to reach your highest ascension? And we should be looking at everything that comes up that way when it is done with the outlook and the want of more purity in our lives. Making decisions from purity is what could have been done in the past, and it wasn't. Could have been done in this present moment, but it wasn't. Spirit is wanting you to make decisions with purity in the future. Thank you. Whew. Hey. Okay. Skull number 2, crystal present. 2911. Oh. Alrighty. Let me clear the deck first. my God, every time that push. Okay. Feel that. Oof. Willow! Corey. Thank you, Obsidian Rose. I love this. I'm cutting that up. Do I hit spacebar? How do I do this? There we go. Absolutely. Okay, let's go skull number 2. What do we have here? Present. Okay. Of course. What is this card going to come up in all of them? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's squeeze all this in there. I don't see this as a drastic financial blockage, but let's talk about it. So the present moment, angelics and Christmas spirits in the highest order of benevolence are talking about learning. We're seeing learning. And what are we learning? We're learning in the past, travel, money. This literally is us looking at our bank account. This is looking at us watching the bank account grow, watching the bank account decline. But this is talking about watching the bank account in regards to travel. This is one of the only cards in the 78 cards that represents travel. So we see the family traveling together, and we see that money is something that is being brought up here. We then see this person getting a gift in the present moment, and we see this person standing still with this gift. The horse is not moving. They're standing still. This reminds me of a daily. If you picked skull number 2 and you saw that daily and that was either ringing true or there was resistance the other day, I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago, the daily said, your presence is the real present. And that's what this is saying here again. So if you're having to travel, or if you're not having to travel, you just have to drive over there, or Spirit is just really wanting you to know that it's all about you just being together and you being in the highest vibration that you possibly can. You showing everybody what you've learned. And this isn't about proving anybody wrong. This is about being there. This is about showing up. And this is about also making sure that there is no regret or resentment towards yourself in the future. So whatever this thought is of, oh, but I don't have enough for presents, or so-and-so's there, they make more money, they give better presents, the way that the eyes look at me, whatever this is, Spirit's wanting you to grow from this and go there and be in the highest vibration of love that you can. And if there's an expensive plane ticket or there's something that's coming up, it's going to work out. If it's not working out, this is some belief structure that is no longer serving you. That's what the message from other dimensional versions is saying here. We're seeing that there's a choice. Like that you see this chain. When you see this chain, oh, I'm pointing at a card that's not even in the shot. When you see this chain on the devil card, it's the chain is not a shackle. The chain is loose enough to be taken off whenever we want. These people are choosing to stay with this belief structure. These people are choosing to stay with this distortion. And maybe that makes something easier for what needs to be healed, or, something going on with our sister or brother or mom or dad, or something that we're saying is very difficult, and why we can't be there, why the money's not there, why certain situations might not be there. And like I said, this isn't only about money. This can be other things. This can be energy. This can be how you show up. This can be how long you've been showing up. What has it been, and how are you going to show up this year? If you're here watching a video like this, I'm pretty sure that you're the most powerful person in your family. If you're the most powerful person in your family, then you have a responsibility. You have the ability to respond. And when you have the ability to respond, what is that to respond to? Being able to clear the DNA that you have. If there's something that's traumatic, if there's something that's coming up in the blood, if there's something that seems to be a reoccurring pattern, or things that people joke around about, they call it a curse, they call it a this, they call it a that, but everybody laughs about it. What if those are things that actually can be navigated by you being in the highest state of purity that you can, and getting your entire family and bringing everybody up to a higher state of resonance by having them, plain and simple, be riding on your coattails? And I mean that with no disrespect. I mean, when someone's moving very quickly and walks by very fast, sometimes we'll feel our clothing, we'll feel a wind go by with them. Even if it is just very slight, which I know it's not very slight, by you doing the work that empowers you, that clears your blood, that clears your DNA, that clears your spirit, by being the best version of you, that is what purity will do. Purity will transmogrify. Purity will transmutate. Purity will turn lower dimensional forces and turn them into what is worthy. Unworthiness becomes worth in the state of purity. Purity is a higher state of love. Purity is a higher state of compassion. So when we step into this, that is what Spirit is telling you. Something is wanting to be different. Something is wanting to be more pure. There is a level of love that has not been attained, because we're seeing this in the future moment, that this level can and will be reached when you ask the question, what is it that Alexander is speaking of right now? The huge majority of you, because Spirit's smiling at me and laughing, the huge majority of you already had it run through your head. Out of those 85% of you that already had it run through your head, how much percentage of these did they shake it off and say, no, it's not that? How much? Around 60%. So there's a lot of resistance here that I'm feeling. Look at this resistance. Who are you blaming that resistance on? Because your brother's here to blame it on you. Your brother's here to let you know that you might not like to hear it, but you are the resistance. So saying this, oh, so-and-so triggers me. So-and-so has the opportunity to trigger you. You allow yourself to become triggered. And that is a fact of life. That is a fact of Zen type nature. That is a fact of purity. That is a fact of patience. Now, what I'm not saying is to bottle it up. What I'm not saying is to just silently be raging and to not express your feelings. Part of this empowering process of being loving might be, hey, so-and-so, I don't like when you speak to me that way. It hurts my feelings. Part of it might be you speaking your truth. I'm not saying for you to go there and be a doormat. I'm not saying for you to go there and be aggravated and be on guard. I'm saying that you can go there in a higher state of love, wherever this place is. You can go there for more time, with more gifts, with more presence, with no presence, with just your presence. And that is what Spirit is wanting you to know, that your presence is the real gift. Your presence is what you are wanting to see that you have aligned you with. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has to do with the next reality that you will be climbing into when we are in alignment with that jump. Thank you. Something to learn whenever we see this. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Skull number 3. Let's say 40 minutes and 30 seconds. I picked number 3. I'm excited to see what comes up. Hey, you got it off without coughing. Oh, Okay. It's still raining, Carrie? Okay. There she is. What did he pick? What did he pick? You were right on the money, Veronique. I saw it. She's like, is that a Virgin Mary poncho? And Alexander was thinking, is there any other type of poncho? So, okay. Let's do this. The sun has made recent changes. The sun has been proving to us scientifically that certain fears that people were having spiritually, as these energies continue to bombard this planet, as these energies continue to come in from space and to actually shift the electromagnetic frequency of the spaceship that we're all flying around on. Thank you, Spaceship Gaia. Merry Christmas to you too, Mama. The light has directly impacted the planet. There were many solar flares that we were feeling them. They were making us tired. They were making us awake. They were keeping us up. They were giving us headaches. They were making it seem like we were sick. They were making it seem like we were getting more work done to push our way through it. Different times with different solar flares are going to affect different people differently, of course. But the way that everybody's been feeling, even this little cough that Alexander's vessel seems to have been from the direct impact of these CMEs, this direct impact of these very powerful solar flares. Good news, everyone. These solar flares did not knock out and do some sort of EMP and knock out the electrical grid like many people. No offense to them and no offense to you if you are one of them. We're not in the highest state of worthiness that they could be, or you could be thinking that was necessary. Like humanity could not arise and awaken, like we haven't suffered enough, like more suffering is necessary for humanity to wake up. The awakening has already taken place. The awakening is here. The awakening is now. This is more proof. This whole, Mad Max thing, this solar flare, this tidal wave, this volcano blocking out the sun, all these things, I keep seeing people that are manifesting those things. All of a sudden, they don't speak about them anymore. All of a sudden, I see that they're different. They're dressing differently. They're speaking differently. They're acting differently. And yes, they could be ascending, but they also could be choosing the reality where that's taking place. So Spirit wants you to know, what reality are you choosing? Because we clearly have these two realities right here. We have the reality of choosing in the present moment love and soul family, because we see these friends are lovers. That doesn't make sense. This is not saying that the friends are lovers. This card represents soul family. So this is saying us working together. You heal me, I heal you. The soul family working together on this Christmas and the next Christmas and the one after that. Especially in a place like here, like in Sedona, a lot of times it's a bunch of soul families spending these holidays together, spending Christmas together, hanging out together during these times of New Year's, this thing, that thing. But there's this other choice where this, which isn't even a choice. This is more stagnation to me. This is a feeling of being stuck. And this feeling of being stuck is having all these chaotic things transpire and take place. There is an embodiment and integration that continues to happen. What we see here as the cloud cover is boom, 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 boom. Somebody might have told us, or we might have wanted to believe, that at some point we were going to be in a state of ascension in this lifetime, that it would just be people flying around and aliens landing from space that were in the highest orders of benevolence, and all these things taking place that are miracles beyond miracles, when we're seeing that miracles beyond miracles are taking place. But there is a certain level of, when these challenges come in, processing these challenges, to have the card of 15 and the card of 6, both being the vibrating at the number of 6, where this is embodied, this is integrated. I want you to look at this angel like it is the branches of the tree that are giving the fruit. And this is actually the roots of the tree right here. So when we look at these two together, when we look at this underworld, overworld sort of thing, what is the right way? What does she know? What does your oracle know? What does your priestess know? What does Mary know? What does Kuan Yin know? What does the white buffalo woman know? She has this black pillar and this white pillar. To see beyond the veil, what this card says, to see beyond the veil, there is an integration and embodiment, and there is a gratitude for these forces that seem to be still existing on future Christmases. Are they necessary? Yes. Are they fully necessary? Probably not. When we look at these frequencies, they were absolutely necessary in the realities that they came from. They protected our body. They protected our mind. They protected our spirit. This is not about asking them to leave. These are vibrations, and these are balancing factors that we all have. The Cherokee say, if you starve one of the wolves, both wolves die. One of my favorite writers, Neil Gaiman, says, be careful in the process of killing your demons and slaying your demons. You might kill your angels in the process. And this is what I'd like to leave you guys with. We would like to leave you guys with is this information that's coming in. These solar flares that are coming in are going to continue to shift the planet. How are they going to shift the planet? Are they going to bring about more love and more friendship, more healing, more curing, more purification, more ascension with this caduceus staff right here? Or are they going to just bring random chaos that can't be explained? Any of the random chaos, Spirit is wanting you to look inward, is wanting me to look inward. I chose this skull as well. And ask myself and ask yourself, why did I create this? There is something that can come. There is empowerment. There is strength that can come by this quest that I've been on for over 12 years now. I'm learning from my teacher. She told me to keep following this card. This card is sacred to me. This path has been sacred to me and pure to me, even though there have been times of being out of alignment. Of course, I believe any sort of empowering process, any sort of investment, any sort of betterment is going to have its ebbs and flows. But as I move towards this, seeing more and more beyond the veil every single day, what I've learned is by me visualizing my life as the tree, which is in every religion and every dogma, we have a tree somewhere. By me looking at what is under the ground, this whole like underworld thing, without this lens of, oh, it's evil, oh, it's the devil, oh, it's the darkness, oh, it's bad. By looking at the underworld as it's simply the roots of the tree. And what do the roots of the tree do, Alexander? The roots of the tree are what bring the nutrients and the moisture up the tree to one day have the tree become big and strong enough to have fruit come from the branches. What is the fruit in the Bible? What is the fruit in the mythos? What is the fruit symbolically? Knowledge, wisdom, power. It's that fruit that has more seeds, that makes more trees, that turns your field and your life into an orchard. So how do we become the orchard? We need to make sure that our tree is bearing fruit. How do we make our tree bear fruit? There is something where we can be grateful for something that is an aspect of ourselves, that instead of pushing it away, instead of fighting it, instead of destroying or attempting to destroy something that cannot be destroyed, truly being grateful for this aspect. Truly being grateful for the fact that they are there for a reason. You chose that to be there for a reason. And the true way to make this version of yourself feel safe and wanting to be like, okay, I truly can go now, in my eyes, has been, you don't have to go. I thank you for being here. You're here. It seems like your services are no longer necessary, but you're not being forced to go. The second I looked at life, I looked at my shadow or lack thereof. Because what if our shadows, if we've left this duality matrix, what if all of this has been one all along? If this vibrates at 6 and this vibrates at 6, being 1, 15, 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. What if this was just all the same energy wearing different masks, wanting to empower us to become the all, for us to align ourselves with becoming the all, to align ourselves with being, like I said, instead of being one little tree, reaching up for angelic frequencies, being the entire orchard that can feed nations, that can feed galaxies, that can feed the cosmos. That is the power that we have. And that is the power that's going to continue to come in. So one way or another, you already know what I'm saying. Anybody who picks skull number 3, you already been living this. You know this. I haven't even basically really told you anything new. We haven't told you anything new. But what we do know, what I do see, this can be an easy process, or this can take a little bit longer. But one way or another, it's already done. And thank you for being here. Yeah. Eskimo kiss. Oh, you can't say Eskimo anymore, Alexander. Northern snow person kiss. Okay. Johnny. Love you, bro. You saw it. I tracked them down, bro. I was calling that guy. I was like, I'm gonna call this guy until he's seen my phone number so many times. He's like, oh, I know this person. It worked. I got the owner of the company on the phone. It's like, I need your hats, bro. I need your hats. Okay. What do we have? We'll call it 5544. What did I say? 5544. And skull number 4. From Alexander's a private stock. My Green Aventurine skull. Oof. Okay. Welcome on in. Let's do this. Oh, you stay over here. Move the deck first. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. This skull is going to be for all the religions, all the nationalities, all the holidays. If there's any sort of confusion on skull 1, 2, or 3, this would be the skull to pick. We're also going to be tuning in on the highest forms of benevolence only of the energy of Janus and January, the new year, and the gateway that we're all about to go through together. So this is more galactic consciousness that is coming through. This is more the energy of the all, the past, the present, and the future as one. For all the religions, all the nationalities, all the holidays, pagan belief structures, angelic belief structures, and everything in between. I believe this message is for all of us, regardless of what skull we picked. Okay. There we go. Say galactic consciousness, he gets the star. Same positioning. Talked about Janus, and I got the card that represents Janus. Manifestation, the house on the hill, the house on the hill. The guides. Is this our guides? Or other dimensional versions? You said all of it. It's all of it. All of it. Okay. All of it? No. Okay. The journey. My friends. Spiritual friends. Okay. Almost like a amplified version of yesterday's reading where Spirit was saying, you're Big Daddy now. But this is beyond Big Daddy. This is saying that you're Big Galactic Grandpa now. This is saying that you are the protector of the gate. You are on both sides of the gate. What you are integrating and embodying is all of the archetypes, all of the frequencies, having the house on the hill, knowing that what we are creating is our ability to have full embodiment, full integration of all benevolent forces, all orders in the highest order of benevolence. This is going to give us the ability to do this difficult work, continue to do this difficult work. It's not that we're manifesting that this work will be difficult. It's that the work has been difficult up until this point, and there is a certain amount of wanting the work to be done. What if when the work is done, we no longer exist on this plane? So there could be a certain amount of wanting to continue on this journey with our friends, wanting to continue to taste food and partake and feel massages and spend time with the people that we love from other lifetimes, from other planets, from other cosmos. You are ancient, and what you have already been is what you will become again. But looking at this frequency and building this house in the clouds that we can then manifest down here like Atlas has us signing up for certain things that something might make us sad. Something might trigger us. Something might make us angry. Being sad or being angry are not a problem. Staying sad and staying angry are problems. When we get to a catalyst of growth, what is this card representing? For years, it was like, don't cry over spilled milk. Don't cry over spilled milk, Alexander. No. It's about having the appropriate belief structure and the ability to manifest, because this is combined with the card of manifestation. This is combined with all of the archetypal functionalities, with all of the aspects of self. How do I get a dragon and an angel to both embody within the center of the center of the center of my heart? It has been difficult work, but it has been taking place. It has essentially already happened. There have been blips and there have been moments where you have had these frequencies fully embodied for that split moment. So how do we get this to the point where we can hold these frequencies? How do we get on this high and stay on this high? By having the belief structure that it isn't difficult work anymore. If we continue to believe that it's difficult work, it'll continue to be difficult work. But when we look back, we can find the lie in our own belief structure. We can find the discrepancy in our own belief structure, because the work is not as hard as it used to be. Some things that were just unforgivable to your younger self, you forgave them. Some things that took 2 months to process, you're processing within hours now. You have empowered to this point. So to have these challenges come up and say how difficult a work they are, when they've gotten easier with every passing challenge, these challenges have gotten easier. So please, Spirit, Galactic Consciousness, want you to know. Your other dimensional versions want you to know. Your Pleiadians, your angelics, your dragons, whatever you want to tune in on in whatever vernacular, wants you to know it's not difficult. It's been difficult. If it is difficult, it's because you're manifesting it's difficult. So why are you doing that? Ask that question to yourself. Don't answer it now. Truly sit with that question. Find that unworthiness. Find that empowerment. Find that lack thereof. Because every time Alexander's looked, he finds it. Every single time he asks the question, there's never just nothing waiting at the end of that hallway. There's always an answer. There's always more power. There's always this gift that he wasn't asking for. By doing things for the validation, we push the validation away. By doing things because they're the right thing to do. Because why? Because I want everybody to feel safe. I want my energy to flow out from the top of my cup and fill the cups of everybody around me, regardless of if they hate me, regardless of if they're triggered by me. This is this quest of purity. And there's a quest of purity and safety and protection of not having to protect that comes from the masculine. And the masculine has been painted in such a way that the masculine is no longer in that way. By painting the masculine this way, this served a purpose. The masculine was painted in a certain way to make sure that we integrated our shadows, we demasculated ourselves here or there, we empowered certain aspects of the self, we blamed in certain ways to be on this quest for evolution, for power, for true power, to have the power to truly create the house in the sky, the castle in the sky, the empire in the sky in the sky, the galaxy in the sky, the universe in the sky, the all in the sky. That's what I've long seen with Atlas. If Atlas is holding up the world, then what is he standing on? To me, what he's holding up is his belief structures. He's holding up his world. And once that manifestation has come to be, he pulls that manifestation down and he inserts that holographic reality matrix into this reality matrix that we are in now. This is showing a more empowering and more powerful version of manifestation. And I might be the only person on this planet that believes that about Atlas, but that's what I see. That's what Spirit showed me. Take it with a grain of salt if you may. But I know one thing. It's as above, so below. It's as within, so without. So as I become everything here, I'm nothing somewhere else. And as I become nothing here, I'm everything everywhere else. The one is in the all. So if I become able to create this house and pull down a holographic matrix of this house, what's going to continue to happen? What continues to happen when I become more and more powerful through all of these challenges, through all of these tests, and I become able to holographic matrix of the planet, holographic matrix of the planet, holographic matrix of the planet, and keep pulling it down and keep pulling it down. Because all these forces that we think we're fighting, all these forces that we say, oh, the archons, this thing, that thing, all the powers that be, we call them the powers that were here on the channel. How much work does it take them to undo what we can do with the snap of our fingers with full empowerment? While no one here is even close to scratching the surface to full empowerment. When we become truly that powerful and we continue to see that we are manifesting faster and faster every single day, things that we're thinking are happening within 20 minutes now, when they used to take 20 days, when they used to take 20 years. What is it that you manifested? When you manifested, what state of worthiness were you in? Do you still even want those things now when they show up? What do you want now? What is in the highest state of purity now? What is in the highest state of galactic grandpa creating these castles, these empires, and these kingdoms in the sky? Because that's what you are doing. That's what you have the ability to do. That's is what you're continuing to do from moment to moment. But you're in this state of co-creation where you're still looking for help from others, from your lover, from your beloved, from family members, from friends, and that's great. You've long been able to create whatever reality matrix you want to on your own. And it's time for you to step into the all. And thank you so much for being here today. Oh. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I'd like to we're going to mark the time down. What time is it? 1:10:43. Hilarious. 143 in numerology is I love you, because of the amount of letters. It's one of the forms of I love you. And I want to just sit for a moment, quiet meditation all together, in trust and purity. All of us sitting here together. If you want to. I appreciate everybody that gently caresses the like button, the subscribe button. I appreciate all the love. Patron readings on Patreon. Epic energy tools on crystalcurrent.com. Galactic Tarot all over the place. Everywhere that I can be. Thank you, everybody. I'd just like to sit here with you for a few minutes in the highest state of benevolent co-creation for the I am that I am that I am. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of my journey. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. And I love you all so much. And I hope you have the merriest Christmas and the happiest Hanukkahs and the happiest Kwanzas and the happiest pagan holidays and the happiest everything that there ever could be that you've ever had. I hope it is better than you could ever have imagined. That's enough of this. That's a lot. Oh. Thank you all so much. Ooh, merriment. Good one. Merry-mental. Good find. Who said that first? Catherine. By the way, Catherine, you were in my dream, and you booked a session that morning when I woke up. So yeah, that's going on. I love you all so freaking much. And I love you all so freaking much. Lots of videos are coming. You know, we do the first of the month. We do the yearly reading. Whatever else may come up. Thank you all for supporting the channel, supporting life, supporting purity, supporting evolution. And I'll see you very soon. Thank you for being here. Mwah. Merry Christmas, my family. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. You're still here. I'm done. That's it. We're done. Drink some water. Is this one of those times where like more people come in? Thank you for being here. See you very soon.